today I'm going to be watching this video. It's called 1 Week in Canada, and I believe this is a travel vlog. One of my viewers recommended it. So yeah, if there's any other good travel vlogs about Canada, please recommend them in the comments. If there's any videos about your province, your city, your town, please recommend them too if you think they're interesting. But yeah, really like watching these videos, getting to see people explore Canada, enjoy the country, and for me just to learn more about it. So let's enjoy this one.
Canada. It's a country that everybody seems to love. Why do they love Canada so much? I didn't get it until I went to visit Canada. What I saw there and what I'm about to show you will make you fall in love with Canada even more.
This guy's passionate about Canada. Okay, where is this? It looks like the east of Canada somewhere.
This is a generalization, but hear me out. In my life, I met many Canadians, and to my surprise, 99% of them were nice! For some reason, every Canadian I meet is just a nice, wholesome human being. They're friendly. They care about your well-being. They're polite, not arrogant. They say sorry a lot.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
And they even say sorry for the weather, even when it's not their fault. Don't get me wrong, Canada has its fair share of jerks like this guy. Hey! But the rest are super polite. When I was a kid, I was taught that nice guys finish last. But Canada is a living proof of the opposite. That you can still be nice, humble, polite, and wholesome and build one of the best countries in the
Definitely,
world.
they're not
That's 1 minute,
mutually
eh?
exclusive for sure. I wish every country had people who were as polite as Canadians and just as nice as Canadians. It would be a better planet, better world.
Boring. Most libraries are boring. But not this one in Toronto, Canada, because here it's more than just books. Here, the library teaches you how to knit clothes. The library teaches you how to make shoes, how to public speak, how to paint, and even how to make sushi. They have a full replica of a Sherlock Holmes study room. They have printers that print in 3D. A million computers, a million books, a million newspapers from 120 countries every day. And even studio. All
Very
of
cool.
this is inside one of 100 libraries that are entirely free in Canada. There is no other way to whisper it. The people of Canada have turned a boring place into a wonderland.
That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
It actually looks like a brilliant library, brilliant place to visit. Libraries are such an underrated place. I hadn't been to one for quite long, admittedly, until I had children. I took them to one here in Kuala Lumpur, and it's amazing, huge, great architecture on the building itself, but so much activities, things to do. I see in the UK people always complaining about the death of the high street. Malls are dying, people aren't going. I wish they turned them into things that are beneficial for the populace, like this libraries, not just making it like boring like that, just about maybe reading, which isn't boring by the way, but having all these other activities and uses and functions for people to really better themselves and to better the populace as a whole. That looks awesome. Tell me if you've been there. Tell me if you've been to something similar in your province or city.
Meet Jim.
Hi, I'm Jim, and I'm just a guy.
Jim is no ordinary guy because he single-handedly brought over 300 Syrian refugees to live in Canada.
It's the most fulfilling thing I've ever done.
See, the country of Canada allows any Canadian citizen to personally sponsor refugees.
And that's what I did.
This successful businessman sponsored not 1 or 2, but 87 Syrian families out of his own pocket. And even though it cost him millions, he was able to help 300 people immigrate, learn English, integrate in the society, and become Canadian.
I'm so happy here in Canada.
Jim is one
Amazing
of
guy.
thousands
What
of
a guy.
Canadians who volunteer their time and money
Tell me if
to
you
bring
did that
Syrian
yourself.
refugees to their country. Turns out to be a Superman, you don't need to shoot lasers out of your eyes. All you gotta do is this.
Just do the right thing. How tough can it be?
Fair play, man. Great mentality. Great guy.
I'm talking to you now from an empty airport. It's empty because not many people fly to this small town of Gander in the remote areas of Newfoundland, Canada. But 17 years ago, something changed. 9/11. As a result of 9/11, many flights that were heading to the United States were forced to land at the nearest possible airport. So in one day, 40 planes landed here at the empty airport of Gander. It received thousands and thousands of homeless visitors who need food, shelter, and security. And that's when all locals came in to help. They gave visitors shelter, food, and company. Schools were shut and everyone volunteered for a full week
Welcome to Gander.
for no charge.
Yeah, I watched a video about this and it is just
nothing in return.
an unbelievable
After
story.
the week was over, visitors went home.
Canadian
and the airport
hospitality
became
is like
empty
nothing
again.
else.
But everyone should know the story of this airport because even if the airport is empty, it's full of humanity. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
Hello from the flat earth!
Yes, this is the edge of the flat earth. Hold on. Before we go any further, the earth is round and flat earth is a joke. But, according to a hypothetical flat earth map, one of the corners of the world is located here on an island called Fogo Island in Newfoundland, Canada. This is where some people believe the edge of the flat earth is. So if you jump from here, you'll end up in China or something like that. On this island, you will find an actual museum of flat earth theory. But you will also find 4,000 locals who believe in common sense that the earth is round. Come visit this beautiful island at the edge of the world.
That's not
But
something I've heard
before
of
you
before
do,
actually in this channel.
remember
Tell me if you
the
know about that.
earth is round.
Yeah, definitely is round.
See you tomorrow!
Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you have a swimming pool in your house? Because I think I've just arrived to the place with the most number of swimming pools in the world. And I'm not referring to the ones we build in our backyard, I'm referring to the ones that nature builds.
Natural
Lakes.
ones.
Canada has the most number of lakes in the world. This map has 2 million blue dots. That's 60% of the world's lakes. The reason there are so many lakes is because of the Ice Age and the glaciers. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that these beautiful swimming pools are mostly untouched. And that's why you should ditch that man-made swimming pool and come to this nature-made one.
This is sick!
It's a little bit colder, but trust me, it's a lot more rewarding.
Tell me if you have a favourite
That's
lake
1
in
minute.
Canada that you've
See you
visited,
tomorrow.
or a very underrated one. I'm sure there's some like spectacular lakes in Canada that not a lot of people know about. Like even places like this, so stunning.
This maple syrup bottle is why Canadians are the best.
Hi, we are the Hutchinson family.
And we're Canadian.
Like every Canadian, this family loves maple syrup. They love it so much they made a business out of it.
And it's a small business.
They produce it and ship it to many countries.
Including Saudi Arabia.
But last month, things changed. Saudi Arabia banned Canadian imports without warning, so 900 liters of Saudi Arabian maple syrup were going to waste. And this small business was about
To lose a lot of money.
And this is why Canadians are the best. They stick together at time of need. When this family struggled, hundreds of Canadians called them up to order this Saudi Arabian labeled maple syrup. Not because they need it, but because they wanted to show solidarity.
In 5 days only, everything sold out.
As other countries measure power based on weapons, let's look at Canada. Because this kind of community is the real power.
That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Like, I've heard of Gander, of course, but I've not heard of, like, for instance, that last situation with the syrup company and Canadians coming, like, to the rescue of them and buying up all their stock. But, like, I feel like I get a bit of pride there, and I'm not even Canadian. Like, just like having this channel and having learned so much about Canada, to see it kind of condensed into that 9 minutes in those 7 days, looking at 7 different parts of Canada, or seven different stories, or 7 things that makes Canada great. How can you not be impressed? How can you not see some pride in that? And yeah, really, like, fantastic. Such a wonderful country. And yeah, tell me what you think about it. Being Canadian, how proud does it make you feel to, like, have this as your home country? Like, it must be amazing. So so unique, but for all the right reasons, which you can't say about a lot of countries these days. Canada's awesome. Tell me what you think about this one. Thanks.